Every year, humanity produced over 400 million tons of plastic, which pollutes our planet. A large part of this plastic remains in nature, pollution in the ocean, soil, and even the air. Plastic bottles, bags, they're everywhere, and this problem is growing every day. But what can we do? Since existing methods do not solve this problem, we need a new one that will not harm the planet. You might be surprised, but nature has its own answer. It has already created a solution. Scientists have discovered that some types of fungi can break down plastic. Yes, you had it right. Ordinary fungi can decompose plastic. The most interesting part is that this discovery happened by accident when fungi started growing in landfills. Fungi break down plastic thanks to their enzymes, which destroy the polymer bonds in plastic, turning them into simple compounds that fungi can absorb. Or, in other words, fungi literally eat plastic, using it as an energy source. This is a 100% environmentally friendly and safe process because the final products of the decompositions are only a small amount of water and carbon dioxide. So, fungi become our natural allies in the fight against plastic pollution. But there is one problem. This topic is not well studied yet. Known cases focus on just 3 or 4 types of plastic, while there are over 100 different kinds. Also, this process is quite complex. The presence of a specific enzyme in fungus does not guarantee that it will break down plastic. We need to analyze multiple factors and create complex, multi-step chemical processes. That's why I decided to create a neural network that determines which fungi can break down which types of plastic. My neural network made in Python analyzes which fungi can decompose specific plastic. This is trained on known cases and has access to a database with over 500 records about fungi and their characteristics. For the network to make an accurate prediction, it needs information about plastic, such as chemical compositions, molecular structure, physical properties, and also durability. The database contains information on the 50 most common types of plastic that pollute our planet. The user enters the plastic type, and if it's in the database, the neural network provides a result. If not, the network asks for the necessary data to predict the composition potential. But this is not enough. Knowing something is one thing, but applying this knowledge is another. So, to make this particularly useful, I developed a system for plastic recycling using fungi. How the system works. Plastic undergoes processing in a drum where blades break trash into separate objects and UV lamps disinfect the materials. A screw mechanism immediately moves the plastic into a conveyor where a camera is installed. The neural network receives images from the camera, identifies the object, and retrieves information about the appropriate greenhouse where it decomposes. The plastic goes through a shredder and is then transferred through the ventilation system to the right greenhouse, where the fungi that can decompose it are growing. The greenhouse have optimal conditions for fungi growth and enzymes activity, ensuring better interaction with plastic. If an object consists of multiple plastic types, for example, a plastic bottle with a different material for the cap, it goes to a greenhouse where a mix of fungi can effectively decompose both material. For this, I developed another neural network that identifies objects. It's trained on the most common plastic waste. For example, plastic bottle and lid, a bag like this and also like this, food packing like this and this, medicine blister, and also a cigarette butt because it also contains plastic. This neural network is based on YOLO version 11 and trained on a custom dataset with 20 classes. It can recognize objects in photos and real-time video, as I have demonstrated. At the beginning of this project, I wanted to conduct an experiment on plastic decompositions by fungi, but I faced a problem. Most fungi capable of breaking down plastic grown in other countries, and they're expensive. However, my neural network suggested an interesting solution for decomposition polyethylene. Oyster mushrooms are a fungus that grows in Ukraine and is even eatable. This surprised me, so I decided to grow it by myself. I made an acrylic container 30 by 30 centimeters because these mushrooms grow quite large. The base where they grow is oak sawdust and wood pieces, since oyster mushrooms parasite trees. The experiment started in October, and during this time, the mushrooms have grown. And the most exciting part, they actually started decomposed plastic. For the experiment, I used an ordinary plastic bag. This is how it looked at the beginning, and this is how it looks now. This bag has been in the experiment for about a week, and you can already see changes in the structures. It has become much less dense, and some holes have appeared. Unfortunately, predicting the exact time for complete decomposition is difficult because it depends on the number of fungi, which is hard to measure. But we can estimate an approximate time, and for the bags, it's about 2 months. As a conclusion, I would like to say that we now have a real way to use fungi for plastic decomposition. This solution is not only effective but also environmentally friendly. Thanks to such innovations, we are getting closer to solving one of the biggest environmental problems of our time. The ecology of the future begins with the innovations of today.